video is not going to be a normal style vlog because I made notes. I never make notes. I bought this car on the 22nd of November 2017. It had 33,235 miles. Today, it has 39,735 miles. In 124 days of ownership, I've put 6,500 miles on this car. That is an average of 52.42 miles per day. Most people see the Audi R8 as like this super exotic car driven by Iron Man that only a millionaire could ever consider buying. Now the new Audi R8s, they're like $200,000. This Audi R8, I paid only $68,000 for this car. Everywhere I take it, people are taking photos of this car left and right, asking me what I do for a living. The kid who's taking a photo of this car on the highway while sat in his parents' Chevy Tahoe, he doesn't realize that that Tahoe costs more than what I paid for this Audi R8. I was so curious, I hopped onto Auto Trader to find out what normal cars cost more than this R8. A brand new 2018 Chevy Tahoe costs more than this car. A Jeep Grand Cherokee costs more than this car. A used Land Rover Discovery costs more than this car. A used Ford F-350 pickup truck costs more than this Audi R8. If you're new to the channel, I have a Jeep Wrangler and a Lamborghini Gallardo. Now when I bought the R8, I never intended to drive this car as much as I have. The Jeep Wrangler, the plan was to always continue daily driving the Jeep Wrangler. For some reason, every single time I walk out to the garage, one way or the other, I find myself taking the R8, and that's because it's such an amazing car. I drove this car 700 miles from Utah here to Bend, Oregon 2 days ago. The entire drive, I was trying to come up with a list of every single thing that I hate about this car. I came up with 3 things. That's it. I racked my brain trying to come up with anything and everything that I hate about this car, and I came up with 3 lousy things. Now bear in mind, they are lousy, and I do hate, well, I don't, hate's a strong word, but in general, hate gets more views, so they are lousy, and I wish that they were different. But if you're unfamiliar with the Audi R8, the ski box is a personal modification I've made to the car. The light bar is also a personal modification that I've made to the car. So when I talk about the 3 things I hate about the Audi R8, and when I see that top comment, and the top comment is the ski box, the light bar, and the TheStradman, well, those 3 don't really count because the Audi R8 is separate from all 3 of those things. So, yeah. I'm excited to announce that today's video has been sponsored by Dollar Shave Club. I'm sure all of you guys can relate to my frustration of going to the store looking for your personal grooming essentials. There's so many different options. Everything appears to be exactly the same. Well, Dollar Shave Club is hooking us up. They're making our life so much easier. For a limited time only, for new members, you can get their starter kit for only $5. That includes free shipping. That's right, guys, free shipping. You get all your grooming essentials you need for only $5. Now I wanna show you guys what you get as part of the starter kit. Shave butter, body cleanser with amber and lavender, the executive razor, really nice weight to it. It's definitely not cheap. It feels really, really good in your hand. Full set of cartridges. Now after your first box, when you need a set of replacement cartridges, they're sent for just a few more bucks. You also get 3 of the One Wipe Charlies. Be sure to check out that link in the description below, dollarshaveclub.com/Stradman. There's no better time to join the Dollar Shave Club, dollarshaveclub.com/Stradman. They'll help you stay clean and fresh from face cheeks all the way down to butt cheeks. The first thing that I hate about the Audi R8, and I genuinely hate this, like if you've watched my vlogs, you know how I feel about this. The Audi R8 is one of the worst sounding exotic supercars I've ever heard. It sounds like a lawnmower, like a John Deere lawnmower, like a high quality lawnmower, but a lawnmower nonetheless, or like a vacuum cleaner, like a Dyson. Yet it has a naturally aspirated V8, and I think that Audi could have done a whole lot better. Sure, it's a daily driver supercar. I don't want it to be obnoxiously loud like a Lamborghini Murcielago or like a straight pipe Porsche Carrera GT, but I think it should sound a whole lot better. So I'm gonna rev it up. I'm gonna start it up. I'm gonna rev it. I'm gonna do a couple flybys. Also, bear in mind, I'm at a country club right now, and I have absolutely 0 concerns that security is gonna bother me because, well, it's very, very quiet. Also, headphone users, you're fine, so carry on. I think I've proven my point. The Audi R8 is not a very good sounding car. Now, the second thing I hate about this car, even the biggest Audi fanboy in the world, I think will agree with me, the Audi R8 does not have a front end lift. Now, bear in mind, this car was designed as the ultimate daily driver. It's a 2009, my 2006 Lamborghini Gallardo has a front end lift. So the technology existed. I have my Stanley Fat Max just to show you guys how low this car is to the ground. The front end of the Audi R8 is 5.5 inches off the ground. Now, the R8 isn't like super low. Like, my Lambo sits a lot lower than the R8, but with the front end lift up on the Gallardo, I have more ground clearance than I do in the R8. I can actually take the Gallardo more places than I can the R8, and that's a bad thing. You are gonna hate me, you're not gonna be happy, but I'm gonna save the last thing I hate about the Audi R8 until like the end of the video, and that's because I want to talk about some other things that I don't necessarily hate about the Audi R8, but things are just like, it could be a whole lot better. Case in point, the interior on the Audi R8, it's just very bland. I mean, the exterior, it's one of the most beautifully designed cars of all time. It's got that menacing front end, those daytime LED lights. I mean, it's a revolutionary design, and yet the interior, you feel like you're in an Audi A4. I mean, it's a nice interior. It's simple, it's basic, the materials are super high quality. You don't feel like you're in a special car. It's just nice. I mean, everything works, but you just feel like you're in an Audi A4. And that's actually one of the things I really dislike about my Gallardo. The Gallardo and the Audi R8 and the Audi A4 share the exact same infotainment screen. The instrument cluster, that is the exact same instrument cluster as my Audi TT. Identical. It's absolutely identical. I mean, it's nice materials. It's super comfortable. This carbon fiber, like St. Louis arch piece, is really, really nice. It's not a bad interior, and that's why it's not something that I hate. I just kind of, it's all right. I just remembered one more thing that I don't really like about this car, and this might trigger the squad. It's not very good in the snow or the sand. Okay, I was being a little sarcastic, but I wasn't at the same time. The Audi R8 is not very good in the snow. So it has all-wheel drive, it has the Audi Quattro system. This is a 70% rear bias. That means 70% of the power is delivered to the rear tires, 30% is delivered to the front tires. I want to point out that my Lamborghini Gallardo, I have driven that car in the snow a ton. That car is so much better in the snow than this car, and I have a friend who also owns an R8 and a Gallardo, and he can testify the exact same thing. The Gallardo is amazing in the snow, whereas the R8 is just not very good. The third and final thing that I actually hate about the Audi R8, you knew this was coming. If I trigger the squad, trust me, I get it, I made a mistake. I should have bought a manual transmission. The R-tronic semi-automated gearbox that is in the Audi R8 is very, very bad. It's terrible. I understand it was early technology. Pretty much all semi-automated gearboxes back then were not very good. You know, the double clutch transmission that's in modern supercars is amazing. I mean, it's so lurchy and jerky, and I mean, especially automatic mode. Like, manual sport's not bad, but automatic mode, like, never ever drive it in automatic mode. And I'm not just saying that because it's like Beverly Hills Housewife mode. It's just really, really bad. Let me show you guys automatic mode here real quick. This whole gear lever actually is very intuitive. So if you wanted an automatic, just there, you're in automatic. If you wanted a manual, upshift, downshift, over to neutral, and then down to reverse. It's actually very intuitive, and I think they did a great job designing that. But let's put it in automatic mode and show you the glory of how bad it is. Also, not a thing that I hate, another dislike, these paddles, they're just like, they're little baby paddles. I wish that they weren't connected to the steering wheel. I wish they were just mounted to the steering column like you get on the Huracan. So yeah, but automatic mode. We're just gonna do a casual acceleration in automatic mode. That's in second gear. Wait, that's third gear. It's like we're in our grandma's rocking chair right now. You just lurch so far forward and back. It's very, very bad. How do we say this? I didn't clickbait you guys, but I may or may not have said that there's 71 things that I love about the Audi R8. Now, in today's video, I'm not actually gonna go and list out every single thing I love about the car because it'd take quite a long time, and we don't have a long time. I kind of over-exaggerated that number to prove a point, and that point is that this car is amazing. Like, I absolutely love this car. The Gallardo is faster in a straight line, but the handling, like the Audi R8 is one of the best handling cars I've ever driven in my entire life. It actually gets pretty good gas mileage too, like high teens to low 20s on the highway. For a car like this with the kind of power it has is pretty good. Now it has a 4.2 liter V8, 420 odd horsepower. That doesn't sound like a lot of horsepower, and it's not, but for some reason with this car, it's like the perfect amount of power. I mean, obviously, sure, I'd love to supercharge the car and push it to like 550, but 420, like it's not bad. I already talked about the handling. Like the handling on this car is off the charts. Like it's a go-kart, kind of like my Lotus Elise, whereas my Gallardo's kind of a bit of a pig. Like, it's not bad, but the R8 is like supremely better handling than the Gallardo. Another thing that I love about this Audi R8, I haven't had to make a running cost video because essentially there haven't been any running costs. I topped off the oil, I topped off the coolant, and I replaced a set of tires. And that's been it. I put 6,500 miles on this car. I've driven it hard, I've driven it often. I got it stuck in a ditch a handful of times, and the car's just been bulletproof. Like, reliability 10 of 10. If you have the means, I highly suggest you pick one up. Just set aside a couple bucks for an aftermarket exhaust, get a manual transmission, and be prepared to be a bit quiet because there's gonna be a lot of moment of silences. Anyways, that is effectively going to end today's video. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like squad, be sure to smash that like button. But just like that, this vlog is over, and I'm out.